Hi, welcome to this week's Midweek Connection. My name is Todd Jordan. I serve as senior pastor here at Strawbridge, and I am delighted that you have joined me for this week's Midweek Connection. And I am here with Brian Hawboldt, our guest, and I'm delighted that you've joined me today as well.
Well, I appreciate it. It's good to be here.
Yeah. So our church is busy doing a lot of good things inside our walls, outside our walls. One of the things that often gets overlooked that I want you to know about is this idea of security. We want to make sure that we're keeping you safe, keeping our kids safe, not just on Sunday mornings during worship and Sunday school, but throughout the week, BBLC, that sort of thing. So you may not have known that we actually have a security team to think about these things. And so Brian is going to tell us a little bit about why security is important here at the church, which I think we all know and can appreciate, but a little bit more about the security team and what they're doing and what we need from you. So Brian, welcome. Glad you're here.
Well, thanks. I appreciate the opportunity. This is a great chance to be able to communicate with the membership, talk a little bit about what security is, what we're doing, what we're planning, and how we can involve and include the membership and everybody who's here. So to start, let's talk about what is security from our perspective. What we're looking at and have examined with this group is best practices in neighboring churches, schools. We've talked to the annual conference about what their recommendations are. Look nationally at standards for security, both physical, facility, personal security, IT security, across the board. And Cliff Bowden has put together a team of people, many of which have got a strong background in security, one form or another in their careers, whether it's in physical security, law enforcement, IT security, what have you. So we have a broad range of people with very good backgrounds to look at this. And what we've done over the past few months is examine what we see as the priorities or the needs are, and to put it in security terms, the risks that we see at Strawbridge. Assess those risks, see how serious they are, how serious we want to take them, if there's anything we can do, if anything we want to do to either mitigate them, do something about them, transfer them, whatever, and then make recommendations and advise senior leadership on potential actions to take. So that, in a nutshell, is the job of the security committee itself, is look at where we are right now, what we think we need, and what best can serve our membership here, and then to make recommendations to implement various things.
And I know y'all have met regularly and have had some good ideas, and it's led to some decisions that are going to be impacting us in the near future. So you want to talk about some of the specific things that are...
Absolutely. And in addition to just the membership, it's worth reminding folks that we have not only our Sunday worship services here, but we also have the BBLC, so and the nursery on Sunday mornings. So we have a large population of children who are very concerned with security with that. Now, some of the things we're looking at and that we've recommended, and you may see coming or being installed now, probably at the top of the list right now is we're having automatic door locks installed on all the external doors in our current facility, and we're going to be incorporating them into the new building as the capital campaign progresses. These door locks will allow folks to have access to the doors various times for various reasons, depending on their needs and assessing who needs access where and when appropriately. And they're very flexible now than they were a number of years ago, in that these door locks can be accessed or actuated using either a badge, okay, an ID card that's got an RFID chip in it. They'll also have a keypad, so some folks will have a 4 or 5 digit code to be able to get access. And there's also, I believe, an app for your phone. So you can, as you're walking up to the door, you can punch in your magic code and the door will unlock for you when they're in the locked position. That's an important thing to mention. Let's take Sunday mornings, for example. We want to make the church accessible, open, available, welcoming for everybody. And what that doesn't mean is that we lock the doors and prevent people from gaining access. Yet at the same time, we have to be aware that we do have the needs for some security around here. So as we look at something like on Sunday mornings, the doors to the narthex and people's ability to get in and worship unrestricted. Come on in, you're welcome, we want you to come, we invite you in. But for example, during services, as the worship service is going on, we may work into an environment where we then put the locks in action on those doors so that the external doors are locked. People will be at the doors. For example, we have uniformed security officers here on Sundays. They will be in the narthex and down by the porte cochere. And if somebody comes to service late, I know it happens. Yes, we're not going to lock you out of church, out of worship service. You come to the door, we'll open the door for you. You'll have access. Please come in. Again, this is just a preventative measure. Another good example is during the weekdays when we have dozens, if not well over 100 children here as part of the BBLC program. It's important that we keep the facility pretty much locked during the day. At one, it prevents the children from escaping. That's a good thing to have. We want to send home the same number of children that came. But also it protects and limits access to the facility where we've got all these children here during the days. So door locks, look for those. They're being installed actually this week, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct.
That doesn't mean they'll be turned on immediately. This will be a gradual implementation as we move forward, trying to incorporate these door locks into our security profile. And as we let everybody become more aware of security around here, how this is going to impact you. So be ready and look for the door locks.
And just want to again sort of emphasize, folks that we want and who need access to the building will always be able to get into the building. Those that we don't necessarily want or need in the building, will be able to control that a lot better. And as always, anyone needing to get out will be able to easily get out without a problem ever. So
always look at this as not a preventative measure, but as a deterring measure. So we just want to discourage or deter unauthorized access. We can never totally prevent things, but this is a deterrent. But again, we want openness, we want accessibility, we want people who need to be in and be doing things should be able to do this in an unrestricted manner.
So wanted you to know about the door locks. What are a couple of the other changes quickly that folks might see?
Well, we're looking at that. As a side note, we've got a number of IT or technology-related security things that are coming down the road, but that's a subject for a different time and really doesn't impact the membership all that much. We've got, if you've noticed, I'm sure you've noticed, especially during Sunday, we have a uniformed security officer on site during worship on Sunday mornings. We're working to get to cycle that in and hopefully to get a second officer on site. One of the things we've noticed and has been brought to our attention was that the door by the porte cochere where the nursery is and the children on Sundays, those doors being left open even if they're closed and locked with the door locks, the feeling is it would be a good thing to have a second officer on site on Sundays, one down there by the porte cochere and one in the narthex. Okay. Again, we've all seen Jason and the other security officer we've had. I honestly forget his name at this point, but they're working currently with Sundays with that. Another thing we're going to be implementing soon is more communication and awareness building with the membership, with the BBLC and the office staff, if nothing else, just to make them more aware of security in their surroundings. You've heard it before, see something, say something. Pardon me. That's going to be one of the messages we'll want to get out. So there might be flyers and posters on the wall. We may speak to the congregation during service sometime in the future to try to bring this up and make people, again, more aware and to communicate what's going on. Cameras are another item that is on the drawing board right now to upgrade the current camera system we have to augment or supplement the door locks that we have. We're working with the capital campaign folks for getting that as part of their work there to include the new building and the new parking lot. One of the items that was brought to our attention, and the number of times apparently that we've had requests from insurance companies, law enforcement, people with cars who might be hit or have an accident in the parking lot, asking if we had security footage for that. Whether or not we do or should provide that is a discussion beyond what we can talk about today. But we're looking at upgrading the camera systems in the parking lots, as well as replacing and augmenting the security with the cameras that we have in place today.
I know also we've got volunteers that are willing to sort of circulate around the church during Sunday worship and Sunday school times. So we will be putting a call out for volunteers to assist with that. And we also are getting radios.
We are.
So y'all can talk to each other, and our nursery can contact y'all
Yep.
if they ever need to, right?
Yep, that's one of the other things. Thanks for bringing that up. We're working with two-way radios. We've procured a number of radios that will allow our uniformed officers, our walk-around staff, and the nursery staff having radios so that they can instantly contact the uniformed officers and let them know that there's an incident or something's wrong.
So I just want to thank you for the ways that you're helping us keep one another safe. And just as a reminder, we always want to be the friendly, warm, and inclusive church that we are. We also want to have that element of security for the people that worship here. So thank you for your helping. Thank you for being patient with the upcoming changes. May God bless you, and I look forward to worshiping with you this Sunday.